Yo, my name is Romulus Booker, but y'all might know me as Rome himself. I'm born and bred in Brooklyn, New York. I love my city and I love my community.
What part of Brooklyn you from?
Bed-Stuy, do or die, as they used to say.
Alright, I respect that.
Yeah.
Live Nation TV, welcome back. Man, I always see him around at the locals, you know, but we came from like different communities, of course. However, this guy here, you know, I've been seeing him put in a lot of work this past couple of years, especially during the pandemic, man. When we all was sitting at home, but my man right here was grinding, streaming, posting a lot of great content, hosting tournaments as well. I mean, you can't knock the hustle, man. And that's the one thing I like about people in the community. As long as they put in work for the community and seeing the rewards flourishing, you know, that's what it should be about. But anyways, man, it's not about me. It's about the homie right here, Rome himself. How you doing, sir? Yo, man, I'm great. Glad we was able to meet up today. Actually, we got some KOFXV going on right now on Next Level on this beautiful Friday evening. It's pretty late right now. It's almost midnight. So yeah, we've been cracking it out for a few hours now. You know how, dude, I love this, man. Nothing will ever replace this, bro. Like you mentioned, you know, pandemic, it's been a little rough, but a lot of us are here, you know what I mean, vaxxed up, and we just playing some games, yo, and I miss this, bro. I miss this feeling, just cracking out, you know? That's what's up, man. So, let's talk about that. How long you been in the fighting game community? Man, now it's been about 10 years. I discovered, I'm a late boomer, right? I discovered Chinatown Fair really late, like I want to say a week before they closed down. I just heard about the arcade, came through with some friends, you know, cut school. We checked it out, got to see how it was. I thought I was nice, right? Because I always used to beat my friends. And some dude, I played on the Marvel 2 cap, I don't know who it was. They were doing infinites. I was like, what is this? I've never seen this before in my life. Went home, looked it up, and then stumbled across the Daigo, the infamous, you know, rule, what is it, Evo 37? Evo Moment 37, Evo Moment 37, discovered that, was hooked, man. Learned Third Strike, and then started studying up, finding out about the scene, and then yeah, it was like, man, this was, like I said, the tail end of my high school, so this is like 2010. So yeah, it's been that long now since I've been pressing buttons. Hey, that's what's up, man. You know, let's go back to that Daigo moment. I'm not gonna lie, you're the very first person I heard you say that. I've seen it, people say it on Twitter, but to see somebody in person to tell me, yo, I got into the fighting game community because of the Daigo parry is crazy, because you just look, that's something that you had to be there for. But and it's crazy as it sounds, like like as far as like the hype and the crowd noise, like obviously it doesn't compare to the modern tournaments offline, but that was like one of the fucking craziest shit I've ever seen. I could imagine, man. I tried to immerse myself in that video, you know, just seeing everyone go crazy. Justin, like, trying to, like, you know, sway Daigo to mess him up. Like, man, yeah. That's one of those things where I'm like, I wish I knew about it beforehand. But ironically enough, before I got into fighting games, I actually used to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! So that was my first, like, I guess, competitive, you know, game. But I just never knew. And I played fighting games my whole life, but I just never knew there was a tournament. Never knew it was like this. That's the typical standard, you know? Like, you know, people who just play fighting games for the love of it, right? You know, nobody really seen, like, this coming, right? I didn't. Yeah. I was kind of like that, too. I came from the arcade era, and I thought I was nice in my own hood. And then, you know, I'm from Canarsie, so, you know what I mean? So going to Chinatown Fair is like the same treatment, man. It was CVS too. I got hit with a cross-up attack. I didn't know what a cross-up was. Yeah. I didn't know what it was, man. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck was that? I swear to God, I blocked. Yo, I was tripping, man. I was tripping, but because of that, I learned, you know, man, the rest is history. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're OG out here. I ended up like, yo, this is some cool shit. And then I got into combos, actually. I just love the art of combos. Yeah. So Marvel was like a big thing for me, you know. So man, I got hit by your stuff in Fexel. I know what it is. Yeah, I know. It's like, yo, like, listen, man, as long as it got a good combo system and a game like that, you know what's crazy? A game like that, it may look easy, but it really isn't. Nah, I know. It really isn't. And I tried to explain it in the best way possible sometimes, but it takes practice. It really do, man. So, but anyways, man. So
okay, sorry. So let's fast forward, right? So when did you start like playing in tournaments? Let's talk about that.
So my first, funny story, the very first tournament I ever entered, I won. It was a GameStop Street Fighter, sorry, not GameStop, Best Buy Street Fighter 4 tournament that they had, and I have a trophy for it at home. It's really weird. I went with some friends on a Best Buy. Yeah, I'll send you the photo. I'll send you the photo. I went to Best Buy with some friends because one of my friends' laptop was getting worked on by Geek Squad, and they had like signups, right? They were like, oh, we're just doing signups for like the Street Fighter tournament. My friend's like, oh, we should just enter. I think it was like free, and it was on Xbox. There was like 40 people, but honestly, it was like 40 random people coming in. Like if anyone from the FGC came there, I would have got smoked because I, you know, again, I'm still not too familiar with the scene. But it was like 40 players, and I ended up winning the whole thing. So again, that's another like, you know, boost in my mind where I'm like, oh, I am nice, you know. And then of course, like I said, later on, I come out to these events and I get cooked. But anyways, so my first like FGC outing, I think was it was a KOF 13 tournament in 2012 called the Kumite that they used to run at the old Next Level. Shoutouts to Akuma Hikaru. He would run those events, and that was where I came there, and again thinking, okay, I've been beat my friends, I might be solid. 0-2. And that happened for a long time. 0-2 at a lot of events. But the very first major I've been to was ECT 2013. I forget if that's 4 or 5. But
2013, you say?
Yeah, 2013.
It might be 5.
That was 5. Yeah. Wait, oh man, beautiful. It was a beautiful time.
Yeah, it was 5. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where I'm happy I started going to events, but I was like, I wish I was in the trenches in the,
that was crazy.
Early days.
We had Foobot versus King Blue River.
King Blue, yeah, the Hulk mirror match. Yeah, I remember that.
That was a fun set.
I went there to play Cross Tekken because Cross Tekken 2013 was still pretty fresh.
Yeah, that shit was popular.
Dude, I love that game, man.
And, I like the newer version too.
Yeah.
The older version was like really slow, and I think it was just too slow paced. I think it was like timeouts every other match.
Oh yeah, Rolento just jab you and time you out.
The updated version was, I think it was done well in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It didn't have much of a lifespan, but it was fun while it was out.
Yeah.
So.
But that event was like, again, just opening my mind to even more. I wanted to travel more, and then I made it a goal to start traveling at least 2 to 3 times a year. I would go to events. I wasn't going too far yet. Like I was just going to like the, you know, like the summer jams, the ECTs, the winter brawls, mostly stuff in like, you know, not too far, like 2 or 3 hour drive away. Yeah. I didn't really start traveling, like flying out to Combo Breaker and stuff until way later, like 2018, stuff like that.
All right, well, that's cool, man. So SNK, like when was the moment that you really started to dig deeper into the community? Because I know you play like a lot of games, but then there was a moment we were just like pure SNK, like Aroo, 98 UM, 2K2 UM. You know, it was promoting that like hardcore, and also playing of course. But
yeah, like
when was it the moment that you really started to like, yo, Dad, I think I'm starting to get nice in these SNK games. Like,
funny story. Getting hooked on them was back when KOF 13 came out. I thought it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I agree.
And I remember a friend showed it to me. A friend at his house, he was like, yo, look, they got a new KOF game. I'm like, it's gonna be bad because KOF 12, right? And then he showed me. I was hooked. I was watching like 5 hours of footage a day. It was like insane. So I wanted to get really good at it, and then getting bodied by a lot of the OGs in New York, like the Listons, the Minus, you know, 8-3 Religion, all these really strong players, getting wrecked by them just made me want to get better at the game. So I kept doing my studies, trying to watch high level footage, and then I don't know, it just sometime in like 2017. It just really started to click for me. I started to understand patterns more. I started to understand player tendencies more. I started to understand how to use my normals in certain situations and react to certain things. Like it just, I don't know, I woke up one day and my mind just like started to expand. And I mean, a lot of it also had to do with it. Like I had good teachers and they told me stuff before, but it was like, it didn't sit in, like it took a little longer for it to sit in, you know what I mean? Where like they might have told me, hey, actually, I'll give you another example. Malik, Milky J, I would go to his house, we'd run first to 5s, and he'd record it. As soon as we were done, he would be like, explain to me why you did this right now. And I would be like, hey, I did this because this. And he's like, well, why didn't you use that answer for that? Or this anti-air button for that? And then again, it took a while to click. But once it did, I started to catch steam, and the next minute I know, I'm winning locals. I won my first regional, which was DTN 2018. I won that for KOF 14, and then I placed high at Frosty Faustings. I did pretty well at Combo Breaker, like, you know, and it just started flowing in where I was just doing better.
That's what's up, man. And look where it got you, man. I was here, next level. The very first, was it the first?
Yeah, the first battle circuit for 15.
It was the first one, right? The very first battle circuit. You know, it's crazy. My battery ran out for my mic, so I couldn't really interview anybody. But I was doing B-rolls, but I have footage.
Awesome.
So I probably would upload that. Damn, you know, upload it? I hope I have footage. I don't know. But anyways, if I have footage, you'll see it by now.
Awesome. Yeah.
But that's besides the point. You won that shit, yo, dude. You was on fire, right? Yeah. And I was telling Aroo this earlier. I said, when I saw both of you play, right? What I love about the community and everything, both of you was so focused, right? This is off the record. Both of you was focused. There was not a word until before, or only before, and then after. It was not a word was said. It was just laser focus. Whatever downtime you guys had, nope. Focus on the screen. I was like, oh shit. That's when I know y'all both are serious. So, and then same thing later on, like a tournament or two later on in Brooklyn Arcade.
Yeah.
Where both of you also got in the grand finals, and he ran it back.
Yeah, he got the run back. Yeah.
But during that match, both of you was focused. Both of you was like, nah, y'all trying to come at each other's neck, man.
Yeah.
But I do see y'all both have that friendship at the same time. But when y'all playing each other, it's like all of that is thrown aside.
Absolutely, yeah. I treat everybody like that. We could chill, we could drink Modelo's after, bro. In bracket, don't talk to me, don't look at me. The only time you look at me is when that score say 2-0 or 2-1 or whatever. GG's.
Whatever the match, whatever it is, yeah, go GG.
We can laugh after. You know what I mean? We can chill after.
Win or lose, it don't matter. I'm saying during that match. Yeah, don't say a word to me.
Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
Unless it's a question that is a good question. It's like if it's worth it, then all right, cool.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe.
You know, if it's like some technicality issues, then all right, I'll say some words. But yeah, let's talk about you and Aroo, man. It seems like both of you are building a rivalry, right? In 15. How often do you guys play each other? I only seen you play twice. I don't know if you guys play each other anytime after that.
You know, we don't play. We only really play now when we meet up offline. We don't play online at all. We play other people. Like we'll play the same person and we'll kind of like talk about that and be like, oh, I played this person. Yeah, how did it go? Blah blah blah. But it's funny. Me and Aroo have always kind of had this underlining like rivalry. It's always been like he'll beat me one tournament, I'll beat him the next one. Vice versa. You know what I mean? Like we just kind of keep it going. And it happened from KOF 14 to even Samurai Showdown, and then as you see now to KOF 15. We're just kind of always been intertwined. But it's more broadcasted now because KOF 15 is, you know, obviously a larger game. We're both at the top of our game as far as that's concerned too. So I mean, it's great. I get to keep him on his toes, right? You know, I get to fluster him. And that's actually how I won the first NLBC, because I tilted the fuck out of him. And once I peeped, that's when I was like, I'm in there. I knew it when I tilted him. So he ain't gonna like this when it's coming out. Yeah, he'll probably give me some words or whatever. But man, Aroo's an amazing guy. I'm sure they know, the people at home that, you know, that know about the scene. Aroo's a great dude. He's a pioneer in him. And this guy commentated Evo Japan. So, you know, he's all that, you know, and he's a strong player. He wants to get to national level. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm headed, because I'm more into the, like, as you know, the content creator type. Like I'm doing a lot of hosting and commentating and stuff. So I think I would like to reach that level, but we got a ways to go, man. You know, international play is no joke in KOF. Yeah, so man, we got a long ways to go. So speaking of international, right? Well, what are your predictions at Evo? What do you think is gonna happen? As far as 15 is concerned, just keep your eyes on Japan. Lagia, Score, Pineapple, SR, Bridget, ZJZ. Those boys, they haven't stopped playing. When the world stopped playing KOF 14, they were still running first to 10 sets every day until 15 came out, and they still crack out hard. So I think, as an early prediction, I like Japan winning. I heard China's been dominating. Like I heard they had a set 10v10 or something like that. Oh yeah, recently they did. Yeah, China. They dominated, man. Can't count out China, right? Xiaohai, Dako, Xiaohei, all those strong players out there. And that's the thing with KOF. It's such a global phenomenon, right? Like you have everyone, Brazil, all of Asia, you have Europe,
Mexico,
dude, Pakistan. People be sleeping on Pakistan. Arslan Ash is not only a godlike Tekken 7 player, that dude is nasty at KOF. And all those Ash boys, the V/Slash boys, Frieza, like Moroccan KOF is all over the world. It's really strong players like everywhere. So I think Evo is going to be extremely exciting, and I'm very happy to go because it's going to be my first Evo ever. So, which is funny. I told you I've been in the scene for 10 years and I've never been to Evo. So this will be the first one.
Like I said, when I went to my first Evo, it was amazing. Like I had a blast. And it was a totally different experience, and I'm sure you're gonna love it, man. And as a competitor, as a fan, and as a competitor, it's gonna have something for everybody. And even for those that are watching, you know, I'll be at Evo, but I'll try to film as much content. But it's really nothing in comparison to being there. Just one Evo. If you're in the FGC, just try to make it there at least once in your life. Just to cross off your bucket list, because it's definitely nothing like Evo at all. So but anyways, man, yeah, so content wise, what's next for you, man?
I got some stuff for YouTube I'm trying to cook up. I recently got an extra day off work, so I'm really going in on this content stuff. You know what I mean? I'm trying to push out more YouTube. I stream 5 days a week. I do a lot of training, analytical streams where I watch high level footage and I try to break down the game to beginners. You know, explain why top players did what they did when they did it. I do lobbies. You know, I'm always on it. I run tournaments, as you know. I do online and offline events. Right now, KOF is, you know, it's getting a lot of love. Everyone's doing events, so I'm trying more so to help others with their events, whether it's commentary or run brackets or stuff, versus doing much of my own as of now. But you know, as things go on, as the months go on, I'll definitely pick up more of my online tournaments. The one that we did at Brooklyn Video Games, that was, even though it was at their venue, it was under my tournament brand. That was Regime Royale. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm thinking of doing probably another one there, maybe next month. But yeah, just on that content front, I'm just keeping steadfast with KOF, getting better, trying to help my scene get better, as well as break down the game for newcomers and, you know, anybody that's interested in getting into KOF.
All right, that's what's up. So speaking of all that content that you just provided, that you just told us about, where can they find that? When they can find your stuff?
Y'all can check me out on twitch.tv/Rome_himself. Also my Twitter, twitter.com/@Romulus. That's ROMULUS_himself. Those are probably my two most primary ones as far as pushing out.
What about YouTube?
My brand. My YouTube as well, yeah. Rome_himself. It's the same on YouTube as it is on Twitch, so you can follow me there as well.
If you guys, anyways, regardless, it's gonna be in the description. So everything that he just said, YouTube, all of his platforms will be in the description. So make sure you guys follow him. Any shout outs you want to give?
I just want to shout out everyone who's playing fighting games, not just KOF15, anyone who's honestly just loving their games, playing their games, supporting them, supporting their locals, supporting the online tournaments. Just continue to do that. I love this scene. Like I said, I want to see it grow and get better, and I love fighting games. So I just want to see people enjoying themselves, playing the games they love. Don't bash anybody else's games. Play the game you love, and that's really it, and that's all.
Hey, you know, Rome, once again, man, thank you for your time, of course. And shout outs to you, man. I wish you the best of luck, man. Like I said, I want nothing but the best for not only for yourself but for the community. You know what I'm saying? So everybody else that's tuning in, you already know the vibes. Make sure you hit the sub. Make sure you hit the like. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.